Bugging out. That should be the last option. Leaving your home and your supplies, making yourself vulnerable on the road. It's a very dangerous situation, but there are times when it's going to be necessary for you to bug out. There could be possible things that could occur. Even a forest fire coming to your home would require you to bug out. But one of the things we're going to talk about today is a bug out bag for your weapons. And in a critical situation where you're trying to grab some things, at the last minute you're grabbing your bug out bag, you're grabbing just the essential supplies. You really need to have a system for a bug out weapon system. And this is what we're going to look at today, and hopefully will give you some ideas about having your gun gear ready in case you need to evacuate at a moment's notice. One of the things that I want to encourage you to do is never lock yourself into a certain scenario. It could be environmental, it could be a storm or some kind of natural disaster, could be a terrorist threat, it could be some kind of civil unrest. There are just a lot of different scenarios that we cannot see. Like I said, it could be just a forest fire coming to your home and to your area. Knowing and having prepared ahead of time, putting some thought into it, is vital. Now, I believe this particular bag is on Cheaper Than Dirt, but I got this from my brother-in-law, and he didn't want it, and just he knew that I like this kind of stuff, so I had been wanting one anyway. And this is a really neat system. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the different weapons and the different things that you're going to need specifically geared toward guns and munitions. Now, you can use any type of rifle bag. In fact, I'm going to give you another option in just a minute, but this is my weapon survival bag. Everything I need in here to help defend myself, my family, etc., or just to be able to save certain weapons that I have that I feel are very important. If you haven't already watched, I did the 5 most important weapons, and this is kind of along that same line. Now, one of the things I want to say right up front is to have a bag that is high quality. Do not, I repeat, do not get something that is inferior quality. I have this bag stuffed to the gills, and I wanted it that way. This is not really something for me to throw on my back and head out into the woods. This is for me to take and to transport in some sort of vehicle along with my bug out system, and to pack it in more of an evacuation bag, more than putting it on my back and heading up into the mountains, which I am very unlikely to do except in an extreme case scenario. But here we're going to just look at some of the different things that I'm having in here, and one of the first things, the most important elements of this bag, is my rifle. Now, as you see, there's plenty of padding, which is very important with a rifle, not only just for cosmetic, but to keep it from getting damaged and bent. You can't be sure what you'll be facing when you're in a situation where you're heading out. This bag itself has a lot of great padding on both sides and has straps, also muzzle padding here and for the buttstock at the bottom. One important element to have, of course, your optics is important. I have my sling attached. I have this rifle ready to pull out of the bag along with a 30-round magazine, and I can get to this immediately. This weapon has been safety checked. There is nothing in this weapon. But even though this is a one long gun case, I do have a 12-gauge shotgun, and this has one of the gun socks. It's just completely wrapped up in a gun sock to keep it from marring up my other rifle. Like I said, theoretically you want a bag that has, for 2 guns, that would be optimal. But this is what I have, and actually it works very well. This is a pump shotgun. It's a Mossberg 500, and it's a great self-defense close-up gun. Where I may have this, I may be able to have another family member that can keep this for self-defense in case something happens. Just a great option. These are 2 very important guns to have. My primary semi-automatic rifle with high-capacity magazines, and then with a nice 12-gauge shotgun for up-close, great self-defense weapon. Now, of course, one of the most important things that you'll need is magazines, extra magazines for your rifle. These in the front, I'm going to carry, I want 10 AR-15 magazines to complement this. One in the rifle. And then in this pouch, I have some 20 rounders, which are very important to get low. And also I have other gear related things like this Harris bipod, and it's very detachable to my rifle. I have a small little mount that it goes right on. Also, in case my scope gets messed up, I do have backup sights here. This is a detachable carry handle. You know, you can't have your regular fixed sights or whatever. The ACOG that I have on it has co-witness sights on top, but with optics and with a rough situation, a raw situation is the one word I like, that Southern Prepper 1 uses. I really like that phrase. This is an excellent thing to have as backup sights. In fact, it's really mandatory. We're going to take a look at this middle pouch, and if you'll notice, there is I have a patch on here. Got this from Battle Boy Surplus. He's carrying a bunch of cool patches. But all this is Velcroed in. It's really nice with this shock cord. Now, one of the things that's really important is to have a cleaning kit, parts, and a sight tool. And that's one of the things in this. This is a basic military cleaning kit. It has the cleaning rod, punches, etc. Then I have a bore snake, some patches, some bore solvent. Then I also have a sight tool in here as well for the AR-15, whatever weapon rifle that you have. You want to have a good chest rig that they now have discontinued, but it's really small. You can get a small chest rig. You need something to be able to carry your magazines in an efficient way. Also have a pistol mag here on the side. But here I have my magazines all together. And then also I have a bandolier of extra ammunition as well. I probably have about 300 rounds of ammunition total in this bag, this setup. Also have a UM84 with the fast break thumb strap, but this is a pretty universal holster for different pistols, and I like to have this available. I do have a pistol, and I'll show you. As you can see, there are some little pouches here. Have my Browning High Power 9mm. One reason for this is not my primary sidearm. I have a Glock 17, but this is one of my backup firearms, and I want to keep both of them in 9mm. And the big reason is I really like 40. I love 45, but 9mm is a NATO round, and your chances of finding 9mm in a raw WROL situation are a lot greater. Okay. Also, on this side, I have a nice knife, and this specifically is a bayonet. It's the old bayonet for an AR-15, and as you can see, actually this was an Armalite bayonet, but it fits. And then it's also a wire cutter, has the Soviet AK-47 style blade on it. But it's just a nice field knife to keep with my weapons bag. In my bug out bag, I'll be carrying another field knife. But this also has a screwdriver and some other things that I like about this to match my rifle. Now here's a slightly different configuration using a bag that I just reviewed the other week. This is the on the outside for your AR magazines. Okay, then inside, because there is another pad here, we can put a shotgun in here and then still have room also for our full-size rifle. There are other pouches, of course, and check out that review if you want to look at some of the features it has as well that can be used. But the big thing here is to take something that you have or what you might be looking for and use it for your weapons bug-out bag. So as you can see, this is really primarily for three different weapons. This is my primary rifle, my go-to rifle. I do have a shotgun that I keep together with this, and then I have a backup handgun. My primary handgun would probably be on my person or very accessible with me. And then again, extra magazines, extra ammunition, holster. One thing I didn't mention was a good sling for your primary rifle. It's really important to be able to have a sling system. I really like the single point sling, which I am going to be doing a review on sling systems. This just gives you an idea of some of the things. I think the bipod is a luxury personally, but I do feel like you need some backup sights as well. Parts are super important. One of the things that I failed to mention was I do have a parts kit for my rifle in my cleaning kit tool bag, and this way, in case I have any kind of issues, I can replace parts that are prone to break. You can find a lot of these kits like the field kits and different parts kits for your AR-15, AK, or whatever rifle that you plan to carry. But that's really important in case you have a breakage in the field. Having a good flashlight is critical also, with extra batteries if you need to look into your pack or anything in a dark, low light situation. That is really important as well. Now, one last thing I want to share with you is having an ammo bug out can. And I keep all of my ammunition in these 50 or 30 caliber Army surplus cans. They seal, they keep your ammunition or other valuables out of the weather. I have it listed here, bug out ammo, have 223, 9mm, and 12 gauge to fit my weapons bug out bag. I have over 500 rounds of 223, 100 rounds of 9mm, and 20 rounds of 12 gauge, which I'll probably up both the pistol and the 12 gauge. But as you can see, the can, as it opens up, it protects it. I have it pretty full. I can add quite a bit here. One other option that you may want to do is to take a little, like a P22 or one of the little SIG mosquitoes, and have you a 22 and put your 22 ammunition in here. But this is a great thing to also pick up and grab along with your weapons case. Now, while I tried to be thorough with this little demonstration, this is not for you to mimic what I've done, but for you to think and to use the resources that you have to put together a plan in case you need to get away from your home, evacuate, go to a retreat area, whatever it is. But to have those plans in place before the event and be organized and ready to go. You know, that is half the battle, is just having things ready and organized. It will give you a lot of peace of mind in case there is a situation, and you'll be less likely to forget very critical equipment and gear that you might need. Now, what we've talked about is transporting firearms, possibly in your trunk or in the back of your car or in a truck. Make sure that you know local and state laws. Know, if you're going into another state, know their laws in transporting weapons. You need to be careful, be discreet. You know, many of us saw what happened down at Katrina and some of the things, the abuses that happened with a lot of weapon confiscations and things like that. They were totally unnecessary and, to be honest with you, against our basic human rights, or basic rights as U.S. citizens. But be careful and take care, be discreet, as I've said, and do your best to do the right thing. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun reviews and sensible survival. God bless America. Long live the Republic. But I've just been led to go ahead and put this video, and be careful not to make yourself look like you may be transporting, even at GetReady.com, which is